Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. I hope you're all doing really well. This is going to be my first pregnancy update. I can't believe that I'm doing this again. Like, this is our second time round of doing this and I just can't believe that I'm actually doing it. So if you're new to the channel, me and my husband have a little boy called Theodore and he will be 3 when this baby is born. So that's going to be a good age gap, I think. At least I hope. So from estimates, I am going to be 8 weeks tomorrow, which I'm super excited about. I can't believe I'm already 8 weeks pregnant. Like, it's just unbelievable to me. My midwife has put me a week ahead just because we're not entirely sure on dates, and obviously that will more than likely change. But from my apps and everything, they're all telling me that I am 8 weeks pregnant. Well, 7 weeks, 6 days, and I'll be 8 weeks pregnant tomorrow. So I am going to go through all the symptoms that I have been feeling from week 4 of pregnancy all the way up to week 8 of pregnancy, which is tomorrow. But yeah, I thought I'd talk about how I'm feeling, what I've been experiencing, anything that's different this time around compared to when I was pregnant with Theodore. That was in 2020, so just before lockdown hit, I was 8 weeks pregnant with Theodore. And this time around, there's obviously COVID still around, but it's so much more relaxed. You know, I've actually seen people's faces for my appointments and it's so strange to me. But yeah, let's go through all of my symptoms and what I've been experiencing this month. So I found out when I was about 4 weeks pregnant. I don't know exact dates, but I was about 4 weeks pregnant when I found out. So yeah, I've known for a little bit that I've been pregnant, and it's just insane how fast this month has gone. I remember with Theodore, I found out when I was about 3 weeks pregnant, so I'm actually later finding out about this pregnancy than I was about Teddy's. But yeah, complete and utter disbelief. Even still, like, I have to pinch myself sometimes and go, we're having another one? We're really having another one? But yeah, super happy. I've been getting pain in mainly my ribs and my lower back. Ribs is not so much now, it's mainly just like right under my boobs. But back pain I've been getting pretty much every day, and that's from like my mid to my very like lower back and like my tailbone kind of area. And I don't really remember having that with Ted. So that's a bit different this time. I remember having back pain when I was well into pregnancy, like 2nd and 3rd trimester. I don't remember having 1st trimester back pain, and I think it's just because my body's already pre-stretched, so it knows what to do, how to do it. So yeah, that's been a bit harder. And my back just feels like it's been hit by a bus every day. Like, my back is just giving out by the end of the day. So that's only going to get worse, I think, the bigger I get. So I'm going to have to put my big girl pants on and deal with it. Another one is just feeling absolutely exhausted. I remember having this with my first pregnancy as well, just feeling so tired all the time. Like, last night I had a full like 9 hours of sleep, and even now I could still have a nap. Like, I'm just so tired and exhausted. We're in bed by like 10 p.m. latest, and that's both of us, me and my husband Tom. Like, most of the time I'm in bed by like 8-9 p.m. because I'm just absolutely knackered. And I remember having that with Ted. I was just exhausted all the time, and I'm hoping that as I get to the 2nd trimester, that'll kind of ease off a bit and I'll feel a bit more energetic. Stomach cramping. When I say stomach cramping, abdominal cramps. I don't get these as much now. I think in like the last week or so they've kind of worn off. There were a couple where I would physically have to stop because they hurt that much, and I do remember having those in my first pregnancy as well. And I get the occasional like niggle every now and again, and I think the other day, like, it just felt, my uterus felt achy, like it wasn't crampy, but it just felt really heavy and achy. And I know that that can be common because it's like stretching. So yeah, that was a big reminder of how much discomfort I got from those because I used to get them quite a lot in my first pregnancy as well. So, but I know it's good. I know that it's a sign that something is happening, so I'm making the most of it. Nausea. Now that has been a big one this time. I got a fair bit of nausea with Theodore's pregnancy, but this time it's like a whole other level. Like, I'm not eating properly because like I'm having to snack like all throughout the day rather than have full meals, and that gets frustrating sometimes because I'm worried that the baby's not getting enough nutrients. Am I doing enough? Like, I'm drinking a lot of water, and I'm just eating here and there. And then dinner, I try to eat like a fair amount of dinner, but last night, like, I just couldn't. The idea of having dinner made me physically feel ill. I've only been sick once, and I don't know if you can hear by my voice, but I had a chest infection a couple of days ago, and I think it was just like the buildup of all the mucus and actually having just general morning sickness and nausea, and I just couldn't. It just all came up. So that was the only time I've actually been sick. I don't know if I'm going to be sick anymore. We're just going to have to wait and see. But nausea has been a big kicker in this first month. It's a fair bit worse compared to my pregnancy with Ted. So that's kind of taking me back a little bit. Heartburn. I had my first bout of heartburn. I never had heartburn in my pregnancy with Ted. Like the whole 9 months, no heartburn. I got like the tiniest bit of indigestion once, but it was like right down in my stomach. It wasn't like up in my chest. And the other night we had spicy food and it was rather close to bedtime, which was my mistake, and I'm never going to make that mistake again. And it got to about 1 a.m. and I had to shake Tom awake because I thought I was dying. Like, I thought I was having a heart attack. The pain was so bad. So I ended up having a couple of indigestion and heartburn tablets, and it took a while, but it helped and it wore off and I managed to get back to sleep. But oh my god, the pain of heartburn is something that I was never prepared for, and it hurts like a lot. It really hurts. So that was a nice surprise. But I've picked up some of the like liquid stuff for heartburn that you can get, so I'm prepared for when it happens again. I've got a weird taste in my mouth right now, and it could be something to do with like all the mucus because I'm still suffering a little bit with the cold, but everything just tastes chemically, like everything's got a chemical taste to it, and I know that can be something to do with like the metal taste you can get in your mouth, but obviously I can't really taste much at the minute because everything's all blocked around here. And yeah, everything just tastes weird and tastes different to how I'm used to it tasting, and I don't like it because like I miss how certain foods taste, and it upsets me that it just doesn't taste the same. Hopefully that goes soon, but yeah, I'm just trying to eat as and where I can at the minute. This was happening before I got my cold, but I had this with Theodore's pregnancy as well. I always have a blocked nose in pregnancy, or my nose is runny. And that happens because all of the blood vessels in your nose, your blood vessels everywhere pretty much, they enlarge and dilate, and that causes more blood to go to all the different areas of your body, and more blood flow obviously means more activity. So yeah, I've been getting a very stuffed and runny nose, and I had a feeling that that will come up again in this pregnancy because I had a blocked nose pretty much every single day of the first trimester with Ted's pregnancy. So I had a feeling that that would happen again this time. Right, we're going to get to the TMI stuff now. So I am going to be talking about boobs and nipples and everything like that. So if you don't want to watch that, then I would say skip ahead a little bit. So my boobs, like, it's kind of worn off a bit now, but my boobs and my nips were so sore. Like, I couldn't touch them. If I grazed them against something, even just taking my bra off and putting my bra on hurt. Like, they were just so sensitive and so sore. And like, I remember having sore boobs with Ted, but this is like something else. Like, they were so sensitive, and like, I'm glad it's worn off now. Like, I do get the occasional day where they do feel quite tender, but it's not every day, so I can deal with it. But I hope that it doesn't last forever. Another thing about boobs as well is that my nipples have become, one, a lot larger, two, they're always sticking out now, and three, my boobs have become a lot more veinier. I had the soreness and them getting bigger and everything like that, but I didn't have the sticking out part. I didn't have that with Ted's pregnancy, so that was a bit like, oh my god, what's happening here? But I know it is normal. So it's just a normal part of your body prepping for breastfeeding. I have been having thoughts about breastfeeding and things like that, but I'll probably go through that in another video, probably when I'm in like second or third trimester, I think, because at the minute it's still very early days, so I'll probably talk about that in another video. And last thing is my scan. So I went to a private scan clinic just because on the NHS you don't get your first scan until you're 12 weeks, and I just couldn't wait that long. I just needed some reassurance. So I went to a private clinic, and this is a little picture that they got of baby. So I was measuring 6 weeks, 2 days in that picture, but the sonographer did say that because the baby's so small, it is hard to read how far along baby is. So I'll probably get a more accurate date when I have a later scan. I don't know if that is going to be at 12 weeks or they might do one a bit earlier. I'll mention this as well. I had my booking appointment with my midwife, and I have been referred to consultant-led care again, and I've also been referred to the preterm labour clinic because of my history with Ted. I had to have a cervical cerclage or a cervical stitch put in at 22 weeks because of my risk of preterm labour being quite high. So I am still on a high risk. I'm still a high risk patient for preterm labour, so I'm probably going to have cervical scans and everything like that again, which I knew would happen. Once I'd had my pregnancy with Ted, I knew that if we had another one, I probably wouldn't be under a midwife, which is fine, but it just means there's a lot more appointments, and now I'm working. That kind of interferes with things a little bit more. But yeah, everything is going well so far, and I just really hope we get to meet this little one. I'm super excited. So yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed this little video. If you want to keep up with all the pregnancy content that's coming, then don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.